got mildew. We were invited to the Kennedy Mine Paracon on September 21st.
This event is called Mining Through the Veil, and I was honored that they reached out and asked if I could do a presentation about my apps.
Because we've never been there before, we attended an investigation the month prior.
Heidi reached out and asked us if we wanted to attend a public investigation on August 10th.
When we first got there, this huge structure, which is the mine head, just looked over everything. It's a beacon. The evening of the investigation, Heidi gave us a private tour of the grounds.
Our first stop of the investigation was at the change house.
This is where the workers would shower and change at the end of their shift because they wanted to make sure that they were not smuggling anything home with them.
I ran the Deadwave app.
You know what I just heard? I don't know if you guys heard that. It sounded like it said, Keith, do you need help? How many of you are here? Did you work in the mine here? Do you know the name of the mine? Can you say it?
Did you have somebody back home waiting for you? So for anyone who thinks that we're not really communicating, can you give me a little validation? Can you tell me where we are? Where are we? Can you tell me where we are? Alright, you're gonna put this now. These are the real lockers, Keith, right here.
Yeah. Did you use these lockers?
Oh, you hear that?
I heard that. I clearly heard change.
Yeah. When I was asking about these lockers, it actually said men were changing. I thought this was a pretty relevant response. Where were you from? Are you American?
Whoa, that was a lot of different places. I heard Belgium, German, Dutch. I heard all three of those so clearly.
Were you killed here? So while we were inside the change house, we kept hearing these noises like someone walking around outside. So we went and looked around and we couldn't see anyone out there. So we decided to go ahead and explore the area a little bit more.
I'm gonna step outside.
Sure.
I keep hearing voices.
I heard
thought I heard
whispering
something.
too. That's why I'm like, it's maybe someone.
And it was like murmuring and it's like.
I heard like a murmur.
And
Yeah.
it was like out on this side.
Yeah.
I would hear a whisper.
We explored the first aid building. Where's that mannequin at?
Through that door to the left usually. If it's still there.
Oh, it's over here in the corner. This was the first aid station when the mine was working. And there was a lot of people that died here, that got hurt here. So there should be a lot of energy. There's blood here. There's tears. There's a lot in this little station that has relevance. So I wanted to come and pay some respects to that and to the hardships that these guys endured here.
And then we went to the outhouse where it's reported that someone had actually passed away inside the outhouse pit.
What a terrible way to go.
What a shitty way to go.
Oh my gosh. We had a chance to talk with Heidi for a little while about the history of the mine and her experiences there. So we're going to the underground foreman's office, and you had a really interesting story about something that happened to you there. Can you tell us about it?
So I'm a docent here at the mine, and I had a group that were investigating inside, and we were in the middle of EVP sessions. And I just started getting a lot of the energy feeling to where it was kind of overwhelming, and it's like, I'm gonna step outside because it was just getting to be a bit much. So I stepped out.
Records. Okay.
So I stepped outside, pulled the door shut behind me to not interrupt them as I was just getting some air, and I look up the hill and there's a tree at the base of the stairwell that goes up to the mine office. And I just saw these men kind of materializing and walking towards me, and it was just like, holy smokes, what the heck is this? And so I looked down the other way towards the head frame, and the same thing, and it was like these men were walking towards me. And my background is law enforcement, so I'm very pragmatic, and it's just, okay, I have to experience something and really try and figure out what it is. And it just started getting charged up to where, holy smokes, these guys are just coming down towards me, and it felt very surrounding, if you will. So I popped the door open and I let them know, hey, things are happening. I need one of you to pop out here with me. So one of the gals that was in there investigating stepped out, and she didn't know anything because I didn't tell them what was going on, just I need one of you to come out here. And as soon as she stepped out, she just kind of stepped back like, whoa, the energy out here is just crazy charged up. It's like, I know, can you walk with me down here a little bit? So I walked towards the head frame, and we were under it on the road, and it just started feeling like I had these hands just kind of touching me, and it's like, okay, you guys need to back up. And immediately it was just like the energy backed up and just was gone. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's pretty intense.
it was very intense, and there's always stuff going on, but by far that was just something that you still play back in your mind over and over. Did that really just happen? And what the heck was that? What did they want?
Yeah.
Was I in a loop of something from the past where I was just kind of caught up in it, or were they, coming down to talk to me? I don't know.
After that, we went to the underground foreman's office. This is where the underground foreman would look out for his men. They would collect the brass tabs that kept tally of who came up and who was still down below.
We ran the S box. Who's here with us right now? Can you tell me your name?
You guys want to come talk to me for a little bit? I heard US. Can we talk to the underground foreman? Hey,
What's the underground foreman's name?
what's your name? What was your job down here at the mine? We got the name Holden through the S box several times.
I don't know if it's relevant, but I just heard the word, I think it was saying Holden, like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Holden?
Holden.
Well, that's a name too. Holden? Is Holden here? Did somebody just touch my face? Did you get a lot of work done here in this office? I hit Holden again.
Yeah,
I'm here.
I heard it a bunch of times. That's like a miss.
Thank you for your communication with us. There's a flashlight.
Now this is an unknown name. We looked at the list of available names and we couldn't find anyone with the name Holden, but we found it very interesting.
So we finally got to go to the mine head, which is the tall structure that lowered the elevators into the mine shaft.
We ran the Necrophonic app right above the mine entrance.
What are you guys mining for? Are you guys looking for copper? Gold. Here you go. Thank you. That's awesome.
Now that the mine's
We got the response. It's deep water, which is amazing because the mine is actually full of water.
I think there's still a lot of gold in that mine.
We went to the mine office,
which is this big white building up on the hill,
and did a DR60 session.
Hi, is there any spirits here that would like to speak with us? You can use this recording device to leave a message. What is your name? How long have you been here?
Alright, I'm gonna play this back now.
Take a step back.
Hi, is there any spirits here that would like to speak with them? You can use this recording device to leave a message. What is your name?
Once again, the name Holden came through.
How long have you been here?
And you know what's funny is, I want to hear that again because when I say your name, I swear it said Holden.
No way. Let me hear
Let's
it.
listen.
Hi, is there any spirits here that would like to speak with them? You can use this recording device to leave a message. What is your name?
It says it, huh? So we're up in the second floor of the building and I decided to use my white noise EVP recorder app.
Do you guys come here to get paid? This must be a good place to go. Who is Holden? We keep getting this name. Do you have any insight into this name? Who is Holden, or what does that mean? Why do we keep getting that message?
Next, we made our way to the 3rd floor, where people report seeing shadow figures. We ran the Deadwave app, but only one response came through. Are we welcome up here in these quarters?
So after the Deadwave session, we took a break and we left the static cam running upstairs. No visual anomalies were captured, though we did get this interesting tap sound on the camera.
So I thought this was a tarantula at first, but it is a giant beetle. Look at that beetle. Do you see it? If our energy's shot, then we can't. Alright. We can call it the night. Okay. Yeah. By the end of the night, our energy was drained. We had great communication. We did what we set to do. We packed up and we went home.
So we returned to Kennedy Mine September 21st to attend the Mining Through the Veil Paracon event.
We met amazing individuals in the field. We had guest speakers like Carrie Rodriguez, Dr. Lena, we had SPH, Silent Paranormal Hunters.
And we finally got to meet our friends, Aaron and Nick from Ghost Crier.
Keith and I spoke about the Deadwave app, and we were able to show everybody some highlights from our investigation the month before. We split up into groups.
We went and investigated the mine office again, and while we were there, Aaron did a session using the Necrophonic app.
But the Necrophonic, Keith's invention here, personally I find it easier to, for that front game I call it, to get that live response right away with a group. Why I think the Spiritus is actually superior in its reverse game. It's giving me the best stuff, but you have to do more post on it. So, but let's try this again, guys. Thanks for cooperating. You're probably all up to my grill. Can you say my name? Again, it's Aaron G. Thompson. Thompson. Okay, I think you guys are cooperating. Again, we're getting used to the energy, guys. You guys are doing great. One thing you'll notice with the application for Super Cool is right now you're getting used to it, but give it 15 minutes or so doing this practice, and you're going to see it amped up. It's fascinating how that takes a turn. So a lot of these beginner questions, as you guys are listening to me too, right? It's just getting it to work with the energy again. So just tell us the final number of people that are here right now. 8. 2. I heard 8, but I also hear 1, 2. I think they mixed up the instructions. That's my bad. Well, I gave it that earlier. Thank you, guys. Yeah? There was what? And it's hard for me to understand the question you're asking. Again, I'm trying a lot, guys. So if you keep asking, or do you want to ask? Ask Cassandra a question? It's okay. One word to describe Cassandra. What would that be? Sorry. No hate, guys. We got it. Can be multiple syllables, please. We're gonna kind of change up pace, guys. Stick with us. You're awesome. Does anyone else want to ask a question before? Nope. No, all right. Alright, guys. We'll talk to you here in a little bit. What? Yeah.
It totally said your name, just like your full name.
Yeah. And I thought I turned my head or something.
We went upstairs and did a DR60 session.
Hello, hello. So, like Aaron said, we want to tell your story. So as we progress through the night, I want to know, what questions do you want us to ask you about? What do you want us to know about you?
Hello. So, like Aaron said, we want to tell your story. So after the rest of the night, I want to know, what questions do you want us to ask you about? What do you want us to know about you?
Dude,
That's something now.
that's something. That was like a sentence. Let's listen to that again. Here, let me hold that up.
You ready?
I just had like
It was
that.
like some kind of like
It was like
scream
bubbling
thing.
up inside me. Like, ask that question. Ask what they want.
Hello. So, like Aaron said, we want to tell your story. So after the rest of the night, I want to know, what questions do you want us to ask you about? What do you want us to know about you?
Okay, I can tell you two of the words that I heard.
Okay.
Kennedy, mine.
Really?
The first word, it said Kennedy, mine, and then like two other words.
I thought I heard
On that last part?
Yeah.
What do you want us to know about you?
Now I wanted to do this number game that actually Scott Grunwald's the one who told me about it. I say a series of numbers and I leave one of the numbers out, and I'm hoping that a spirit will fill in the blank. Please say the number that I skip. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Do it again.
Why?
Do it again for them.
For who?
The spirits. Same number.
Same thing.
After Keith did his first set with the missing number, I just felt like inside of me that I had to tell him, do it again. And before I could even think about what I was saying, it came out.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Please say the number that I skipped. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Do it again. 1, do it again.
Went completely
Like
dark.
this. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
That was pretty good.
Sorry. I feel it sometimes that I'm like thinking.
And the reason why it was so though that space wasn't there, the
because we're
first
picking
one,
up anything.
because it's voice activated recording. So if there's dead silence, there's no recording at all. All right.
Awesome.
I wanna
Thank
hear
you
that.
so
I wanna hear that.
much. That was super good.
Because I heard something that sounded like it could be 4.
I heard
It
it.
came right in the gap. The first time it wasn't there.
Yeah.
I'm going to count to 6, and I'm going to skip the number if you can. Please say the number that I skipped. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Nothing at all. I
Do it
think.
again. 1, do it again.
Why?
1, 2, 3, 5.
Hell, it says 4.
Yeah. Aren't you glad you listened to me and did it again? Like, absolutely gosh. Sometimes I just get that feeling.
Like, just don't argue with that.
So I know, sometimes I'm just like, you know what? They weren't ready. Gotta do it again. Because I know I wasn't ready. I was like, oh, he said 4. And then 5 is already here, so I'm like,
Last time we were here, we got the name Holden in this room and in the mine office. And we don't know who Holden is. Who is Holden?
I felt like this whole night was a really great way to remind us that what we do is about people. People that have passed, the people that are still alive, how we interact with one another, inspire one another, and we'll have imprints from this night for the rest of our lives.
So I just want to thank everyone at Kennedy Mine for inviting us out to the paracon and to the night investigations. We had a lot of fun. It was great meeting all the presenters, the docents, and guests at the Kennedy Mine.